It begins quietly, so quietly that no one notices. You're 7 years old, staring into the eyes of a parent who can't hold themselves together. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's addiction. Maybe it's just silence, the kind that hurts more than words ever could. And in that silence, something ancient awakens inside your young mind. If I don't hold everything together, no one will. That's the moment a child disappears. Not from the world, but from themselves. They smile more, cry less. They learn to read every mood before speaking a single word. They become the peacekeeper, the emotional anchor, the little adult too soon, and the world applauds them. You're so mature. You're so strong. But no one ever asks, at what cost? Because beneath the smile lives a quiet grief, the invisible kind. The kind that shapes how you love, how you trust, how you breathe. It follows you into adulthood, hidden behind responsibility and perfection. And what once kept you safe becomes the very thing that keeps you trapped. This is the psychology of a child who grew up too fast. A story written not in years, but in survival. When a child is forced to care for a parent, psychologists call it parentification. It's when the roles reverse. The child becomes the parent, the comforter, the protector, the silent therapist. And this doesn't just change behavior, it rewires the brain. Such children grow up hypervigilant, always scanning for danger, always ready to fix, to soothe, to save. They learn that love is something you must earn. They learn that peace must be maintained even at the cost of themselves. So they disappear again, not physically, but emotionally. And in their place grows someone who performs well, the achiever, the caretaker, the strong one, the one who never needs help, never complains, never rests. But the truth is, strength was never their choice. It was their only option. And as adults, these children carry invisible scars. They overfunction in relationships. They feel responsible for everyone's happiness but their own. They mistake exhaustion for worthiness. And they can't rest, because rest feels unsafe. Stillness feels suspicious. Love feels like a debt they must repay. This is what trauma does when it hides incompetence. It builds beautiful masks over broken hearts. And the hardest part? Even when life is calm, your body still waits for the storm. But there is hope. Healing begins not with fixing, but with witnessing, with saying to yourself, yes, it happened, and it mattered. Because until you acknowledge your pain, you'll keep pretending you're fine. But fine is just a costume you wear to survive. The real healing starts when you go back for the child you left behind, when you hold their hand and whisper, you didn't deserve that. You were just a child. You get to rest now. This is shadow work. Facing the parts of you that were never seen, never heard, never held. It's not easy. It's tears that come years too late. It's grief for birthdays where no one showed up. It's mourning the innocence you lost, protecting people who should have protected you. But grief isn't weakness. It's proof that you're thawing, that what was once frozen is finally coming back to life. And slowly you begin to choose differently. You choose softness over strength, rest over performance, honesty over silence. You stop chasing approval and start giving yourself permission to simply be, because you were never broken, only burdened too soon. You never had a childhood, but you still have a future. And this time you get to grow, not out of fear, not out of duty, but out of truth. You're not the child holding the world together anymore. You're the adult who finally gets to let go.